I can't handle this, y'all. This is crazy, yo. I didn't think this was about to affect me like this. But our neighbor's school, y'all know I work at a school. Our neighboring school, I think it's Gratas, I don't know how to say it. It's Gratas or something like that. They were having their graduation. And there's helicopters in the sky. Most of these schools are predominantly Hispanic.
Let's talk about Latinos for Trump for a second, and I've been meaning to make this video for a while. As many of you may know, right now Latinos for Trump are currently in the FO phase of FAFO. From the spouses of Trump supporters being detained by ICE, to Latinos for Trump being pulled over by ICE, to Cubans and Venezuelans being banned from entering the US despite overwhelmingly supporting and voting for Donald Trump. If you have a Latino for Trump in your family, whether it's your mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, aunt, or uncle, stop talking to them. Just completely outcast them from your life. Let them go to that group of people that they're so desperately trying to assimilate to. Let them try to fit in. Because one thing about Latinos for Trump is that they put assimilation and subservience over their own dignity. And you don't want that rubbing off on you. Because remember, guys, no matter how hard they try to assimilate, no matter how desperately they try to fit in, no matter how badly they want to be accepted, no matter how many MAGA hats they wear, no matter how many Trump rallies they go to, they will never be seen as the same. And I've always said they're going to find that out the hard way. And it looks like it's already happening. But anyways, if you have a Trump supporter in your family, let them go. Let them fend for themselves. Let them assimilate. But anyways, let me know what you guys think.
Why is nobody else protesting with us? We're not the only immigrants. Latinos are not the only immigrants. There's Europeans, there's from Africa, there's from Asia, there's from all over. Where are you guys at? Why are your people not standing with us? I know you don't want to call it upon you guys, but why are we alone in this? Go look at the videos of the protests that are going on. We are fucking alone. It's all brown-skinned people. Where are all the other races? You guys post all these fucking videos about it, but you guys ain't doing nothing with us. Where are you guys? Why are we alone? We support everything when it comes to you guys. We are always there for you. And this is why we Latinos are just different. We're different in everything. We're different the way we work. We're different with our morals. We're just different. This is why we're so hated. Because nobody will ever be like us. Because we are always there when people need us. But look at right now. We're so fucking alone. And we're still fucking standing strong. I think I've never been so proud of being a fucking immigrant Latina in the USA. We're fucking amazing. We're fucking amazing.
Some Latinos, especially those who proudly supported Trump and other anti-immigrant politicians, are now in crisis. ICE is in their neighborhood. People are getting arrested. Families are being ripped apart. And the fear is real. And now some of the very people who once said build a wall, the ones who voted against DACA, against asylum seekers, the ones who said, I came here the right way, why didn't they do so? They are now asking Black folks to stand with them, to protest with them, to march with them, to speak up for immigrant rights. And you know what a lot of Black folks are saying. Oh, now, you need us. Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking. When you saw this video, so I came across this on my FYP, and I tend to share it with you guys. So I'm going to let some of these videos roll, then I'll come back with the commentary. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Credit to all creators on this video. So let's go watch. Then I'll come back with the commentary.
Us as Latinos, I've noticed that we're willing to accept white people in our family, but not Black people. Most of the time, we prefer white people over Black people. Really, any other nation more than a Black person. What I mean is, a mother's daughter has a white boyfriend. They would happily welcome him more than if she had a Black boyfriend. Most of the time, there's a stereotype within the Hispanic household about Black people, right? That they're criminals, they're gang members, they're violent, they're someone you should fear. When really, we should look at white people that way, because white people are the ones who actually are harming us right now. Yes, they're Hispanics who are in those ICE trucks, ICE vans, but they have been put in place by the oppressor. The same people who descend from the people who took your land, put your forefathers in slave ships, stole your identity, gave you the terms Latino, Hispanic. The people who descend from those people, they're oppressing you today. And their forefathers oppressed your forefathers back in the day. So what is my point? We need to deny any nation but our own. As Black, Latinos, and Natives, we are the same people. We should unite, we should come together, and we should marry one another. If your daughter wants to get with a so-called African American, of course, we want to make sure that he's a good fit. You should allow that. If your son wants to get with an African American sister, make sure she is fit and allow that. And same thing for so-called Black people. Same thing for your daughters and your sons who want to get with natives or so-called Hispanic. You should allow that, because that's going to make us unite. That's going to make us stronger. And people might say, well, Black people hate Hispanics. Hispanics hate Black people. Listen, the reason why we are hurting each other is because we're oppressed by the same person who's causing stress, who's causing chaos, who's causing poverty in our lives. And when we are going through stress and anger, we get violent. And who are we going to get violent with? The people who live among us. We live amongst each other. You understand? But the people who we should really be upset with, and who we should point the finger at, is our oppressor. And we should never point the finger at each other. We should come together, resolve our problems, get over grudges, get over division amongst each other, and really come together as a community, get off of drugs, go against drugs, go against drug dealers, go against our daughters being whores and prostitutes and sleeping around, and really lock in and build as a community where men can be men, women can be women, and we'll rise to the top. And that's what the Most High, our God, wants for us. He wants us to get right, to fix ourselves, to cleanse ourselves. This is from the ISUPK and the Commander in Hana. This is what we teach. This is what we promote, because this is what the Bible teaches. You understand? If you want to learn more, go to isupk.com. Find a school near you. Shalom.
I have zero sympathy for Cubans that voted for that delinquent motherfucker. Y'all are now facing the consequences of your own actions because of your pure fucking ignorance. A lot of the Cubans that came here from the island and decided to support that motherfucker, that were on humanitarian parole or various other immigration programs to try and stay in this country, are now crying and suffering the fucking consequences of their own stupid fucking motherfucking actions. I just watched 3 back-to-back interviews with different Cubans that came from the island that had some type of application in with immigration and were deported back to Cuba, and they were supporters of the rapist, crying on camera. One of them even has a disabled child and another little kid. The wife had to stay back, and he was deported back to Cuba. And they were staunch supporters of this delinquent piece of shit. I am Cuban. I was born in Cuba, but I consider myself to be Cuban-American. I decided to educate myself from a very young age. Back in about 2004, when John Kerry was running for president, I already knew at that point that I was a Democrat, because I aligned directly with those values, because I learned in political science and U.S. history classes in school what being a Democrat or aligning with those values was in comparison to conservative values. And mind you, my family were refugees from Cuba. My dad was a political prisoner, right, in Cuba. My whole family is conservative, Republican, but from a very young age, I decided to educate myself, to go to college, to do my own research. Even from the time I was a kid, even before going to college, I did my own research. And I always have. When you come from another country and you decide to go from one dictatorship to another, and you decide to continue supporting the same bullshit, just instead of with a communist flavor, with a fascist flavor, then you are going to reap what you sow, and you are going to collect the fruits of the bullshit that you decided to vote for. Ahora ustedes están llorando porque están deportando a sus familiares, pero acuérdense que cada cual cosecha lo que siembra y recoge los frutos de lo que siembra. Todo en la vida tiene consecuencias, y el que no se quiere educar, el que no quiere ir a la universidad o estudiar la política de este país y instruirse, pagará sus propias consecuencias por su propia ignorancia.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but get your Haitian passport, okay? This whole travel ban that's going on to Haiti has got me like, what the heck? I came here to the United States when I was like 9 years old. Now I'm at the age where I want to go back to my country. I want to go see my country. It's been a minute. And you want to talk about travel, ban, which is why I'm urging you guys, especially if you were born here, you're Haitian-American, you've never been to Haiti or anything like that, get your Haitian passport, because I don't even know what to say. Do it.
Now, there's split in the community. Let's not pretend all Latinos think the same. You've got some who are undocumented and fighting every day just to stay safe. You've got others who are documented citizens living comfortably and voted for Trump or anti-immigrant candidate because they thought it wouldn't affect them. The thought eyes wasn't they thought ICE wasn't coming for their cousins. They thought if they spoke English, kept their heads down, and waved that American flag high enough, they would be safe. Some of them even looked down on other immigrants. They said, we are not like them. Another ICE is sweeping through their neighborhoods. They are realizing the system doesn't care. Brown skin is brown skin, Spanish is Spanish. To that system, there is no difference between legal or illegal, citizen or not. So now they want backup. They want black folks, the same ones they ignored or distance themselves from, the same ones they have black fatigue on, to show up, speak out, and help stop the injustice. But let's not forget, when black people were out in the street yelling hands up, don't shoot, when they were getting tear gas for I can't breathe, when they said Black Lives Matter, where were these same people? Some were silent, some were annoyed, some even said, well, if you just followed the law, you wouldn't have problems. Now, they are facing their own injustice and now they see. Let's be clear. Most black people aren't sitting around cheering that Latinos are getting deported. That's not how we move, right? Black folks understand pain, they understand injustice, they have been through centuries of it. So no, it's not about revenge, but it's about holding people accountable. You can't vote for the very system that's hurting your own people and then ask others to save you when it finally turns on you. That's not how solidarity works. Solidarity is mutual. Is I got your back, you got mine. It's not I'll help you now that I'm scared, but when I'm safe, I'll forget. What's happening now should be a wake-up call. That is what happens when you believe proximity to whiteness or citizenship will protect you. This is what happens when you throw your undocumented brothers and sisters under the bus just to fit in. This is what happens when you ignore black struggles, thinking they have nothing to do with you. Because when the system comes for one of us, eventually it comes for all. Will black people show up? Maybe. Many already are, because justice doesn't stop at skin tone or language, because black organizers have always stood for that, what's right, even when others didn't turn or return the favor. But this time, there's a question in the air. Will Latinos return the solidarity, not just when they are in danger, but when it's time to speak out for Black lives, to defend Muslim immigrants, to fight anti-Asian hate? Because if you only show up when you are in trouble, that's not community, that's convenience. To the Latinos for Trump now facing the heat, this is the result of choices made out of fear, pride, or self-preservation. But here's the good news. You can still make different choices now. You can fight back with your undocumented neighbors, not against them. You can stand up with black people. You can stand up with your community. You can speak up from your community, sensitize your community. Try to find a way to speak with people around you and protect your own, not only when you need them. You can speak up with other communities, because next time it might be someone else under the same place where you are right now, right? A lot of people are just saying so many things about this whole, ICE raids in the Latin community and all that. It's quite unfortunate it's happening, but quite a number of them voted for this. And that's why it's as if a lot of people are saying, it's not our business. We are handsing up right now. This isn't just about immigration. It's about justice. It's about truth. It's about remembering that silence and separation are luxuries none of us can afford anymore. If we don't fight together, we fall apart alone. So it's very important for communities to always come together against all odds to support their own and stand against injustice. And everything that is happening in the Latin community is quite a pity. And I hope tomorrow they remember that it's always better to stand together and not to stand alone. Well, guys, I would love to hear your thoughts about today's video. Let's have that conversation. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button to be part of the family. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. And credit to all creators on this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I look forward to seeing you all on my next video. Thank you and thank you. See you next time. Bye, guys.